Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today we're going to be unboxing month 2 with Yarnable. Yeah. I just texted Erica that mine actually got here a couple minutes before hers. Hers is still out for delivery. If you're not aware, I've mentioned it before. Erica over at the Lopsided Crafter, I'll leave her tag down below. She is also getting Yarnable. I don't know if she's going to do 3 months or if she's going to keep rolling with it because I don't know what I'm going to do either. All right. So last month, let me grab last month's stuff. Because, I'm so prepared for this. All right. It was here on the table. It's just on the other side of the table. So last month, we got this beautiful yarn. And this one is Wildflowers, and this is on the plush sock base. I'm doing the single sock skein. However, there is the double sock skein, single DK skein, and double DK skein options. We got some wildflower seeds. We got a small tube of hand sanitizer and some bee-themed stitch markers. And all the extras came in organza bag last month and this month. And the yarn comes in a little muslin bag. So, after doing some research and after talking with you guys who are incredibly helpful with some of these reviews, we do have some altered pricing for last month. So, on average, hand-dyed yarn right now has gone up. So I had originally priced the yarn at $24 as an estimated expected retail value. Now, each dyer does price their yarn at different amounts, but by and large, they generally fall between $18 and $32 is where most hand-dyed yarns fall. I had chosen $24 just because that's kind of an average. That's the general price. However, Hypnotic Yarns does charge $30 for a skein of their sockweight yarn. So I do have that updated. The stitch markers I had estimated at 8, but as I said in the unboxing of month 1, the night before filming, I had been going through some other stitch markers and realized I probably way undervalued those. I did not find it from the extras were not on the Yarnable site. And she does have some extras she's debating on putting up on the site. But the other ones that I found that were very, very similar for the same amount were $15, not $8. Then the sanitizer and the wildflower seeds price didn't change on those. They were $1.99, $3.99. So our approximate retail value, as stated in the last video for last month's box, was $37.98. However, the actual retail value of everything was $51. So our approximate value, if you were to go piecemeal something like this together, was a 13% discount, whereas our actual retail discount was 35% off. So that's, quite reasonable. Then I also got a 15% off coupon for any shop dates she did. And I may or may not have made a purchase when she did a shop update. Oops. So, this is my project. Obviously, I completed it as I am wearing it. This is a tendril shawl. It is crocheted. And as I said, when I did this as a project share, it is kind of hard on camera to see the pattern. You can't really see the solid rows or solidish rows versus the very open lace rows. But I love the way this turned out. It did not, we got little bits of flashing, but not really bad. We didn't have any pooling or anything like that. It does have a irregular look, which is what I was hoping it would have. Whoa. Sorry, Eric is still messaging me. But yeah, that is what I did with it. Absolutely love the project. Adore how the yarn turned out. It's absolutely beautiful. So on to month 2. What did we get in our box this month? So this month's box On the card, I did cut out my coupon code. We had a $5 off, or I had a $5 off a pattern coupon, and I cut that out because I didn't want to accidentally flash the coupon code. Plus, I already used my coupon code, and I'll share with you what I bought with that. There's a QR code, so you can go to the shops of the extras, which I have not actually done yet, with the exception of one, but I didn't use a QR code for that. So we got a things to do before I can knit notepad. Now, I have told you guys before on these, I hate saying these are a $5 retail value. However, when I go to the LYS, that's what these cost, any LYS. I have seen them on sale for like $2.50, but by and large, these are about $5 each for these little notepads. Yes, you can go to the Dollar Tree and buy the long refrigerator pads for $1. I get it. I know. But I'm trying to give you the best estimate. If you were to go to an LYS, what would you pay for that? Even at Michael's, when they've had them in the past, they're like $6. Not gonna lie, it is kind of annoying. I get it because I don't enjoy spending money. I don't have to spend on something, but that is the cost for the specialized notepads. I'm sorry. Next up, we have a Progress Keeper. And this is for Clay Cannon, obviously. Tag there. And it's a little rocket pop for July. I don't know what y'all have in other countries, but rocket pops are kind of all but ubiquitous here. Little lemon ice slush pops. We also got a Knitting Vibes sticker. And for the pièce de résistance, the entire purpose for purchasing this yarn, or this box, we has the yarn. And this month, the name of it is Summer Vibes, as with the theme. But we have a much more neutral approach to it. Instead of 4th of July, we just have this absolutely juicy, gorgeous blue yarn. I told you guys last month, I saw the sneak peek. The sneak peek for August is out. Pretty happy about that too. But look at how beautiful that is. You know I'm a sucker for speckles. You know I've been on this big blue kick. I mean, how pretty is that? I hate to do another shawl, but I might have to. I just might have to. It's just so pretty. I really, really like it. I love it. I'm not going to do another tendril shawl. That was actually, unfortunately, one of the first things I thought about was how pretty that would be in a tendril shawl. I'm not going to do it. I've already made 3 and may or may not be getting ready to start a 4th one. So I'm going to do something different with it. It may still end up a shawl. It may be knit. It may be crochet. I'm not sure. I'm really torn. I don't want to do socks. That was also another temptation, was to do socks, because I have the sock needle that I'm wanting to review, or not a sock needle. I bought the size to make socks of this needle. This is the Knitter's Pride Mindful Collection needle. I bought that at an LYS in Charlotte over the weekend, and yeah, y'all haven't seen that video yet, so I filmed it this morning. This will go out on Tuesday. This literally just came in the mail, so. But I have been looking at a couple of patterns. I have a couple of things circled as a possibility, but I just love this blue on blue tie-dye. Yeah. So that is this month's yarn. So where do we come down on price? So because of how last month played out, where I had a lot of really missed and off-target pricing, we did this the same way. We went with my general approximation based on experience of purchasing yarns and yarn-related accessories. And then we also have actual retail value if you go to the stores online and purchase these items. So the yarn, once again, approximate value of $24. Retail value is actually $30 if you purchase directly from Hypnotic Yarns. The stitch marker, by and large, clay stitch markers or any type of stitch marker start out at $5. And Clay Canyon, as they are individual handmade clay stitch markers, they charge $12 for their stitch markers. The notepad is $5, and I'm valuing the sticker at $0. That's the kind of thing I would expect to be, checked in a package just for fun. I'm not trying to insult anybody with that, but I mean, if you want to assign it a value, if you go to if you're if you were into the skateboard scene at any point in time, you know, you go to the skateboard shop and you can find like the vinyl decal stickers for about $1 each, unless you get the really big ones. But that size, you're generally looking at about $1. Or if you go on vacation and they have the little basket by the register of the little souvenir stickers, they're $1, $2 each. So if you want to assign it a value, it would be about $1, $2. But to me, that's the kind of thing you slip in with a purchase anyway, just as a thank you for buying with me. It's not though it does coordinate very well. Once again, I'm very happy with the theme. I am a sucker for themes. So our approximate retail value based on experience with other companies is $32.99. The actual retail value, however, is $47. Sorry. We got some tiny writing on there. It's $47. So the approximate save would have only been about 3%. However, the actual retail value, if you were to go to these individual people and purchase these items, you're saving 30% by getting the box this month. Now, I am 100% content with what I got. I'm happy with 3% saved or 30% saved, regardless. As I said at the beginning of this unboxing review series, this isn't a subscription box where I expected to have a massive discount. We're not looking at mass market retailers. We're an individual hand dyer selling their yarn. So this is more like the Lether Co box where, you know, it's an individual doing a thing. Now, one thing that is not tallied into that, which would boost it to $8 or whatever I said earlier, 47 plus 5. That'd be what, 52. Is on our card, we had a coupon code. This month, my coupon code was $5 off a pattern. So I went to the shop and have already purchased a $5 pattern. She does have a couple of patterns. Most of them are the $5 value. So that was literally a get a pattern for free. They are hats for the most part. There's some fingerless gloves and some socks, but a lot of the patterns there are hats. And this is the hat that I chose. I did print it in black and white to save on color ink because color ink is expensive. Super expensive, y'all. But this is the Frosty hat. I really, really, really love the texture on this. And this does use a fingering weight yarn. I'm not making a hat out of my yarn. I mean, I have no problem making hats out of fingering weight yarns, but I want more wear than our like 2 months of cold here out of this yarn. So I will probably do some sort of shawl, infinity scarf, something like that I can wear most of the year. So I'm happy. I'm really happy with what we've gotten so far. The values in the yarn for me, like I said, her yarn does cost $30 a hank. It is on the higher end of it, the cost value for hand-dyed yarn. This is an 85-15 superwash merino nylon blend, 100 grams. I don't mind spending $30 on a nice hank of yarn. This will be upcoming in my show and tell later on this week, but this was $29 at an LYS and this was $32. This is a hand dyed from a more local artisan. So, I mean, it's not, $30 is not an expensive or unreasonable price to pay. And as I said, a lot of hand dyers have gone up on their prices. I talked to 3 different people. One commented on the video, and I've had a couple other comments since then or email me since then, reach out and say that they dye yarn, they sell yarn. Unfortunately, the cost of the base yarn has gone up. So a lot of them are having to raise their prices. A few are trying to not raise them yet, hoping that the prices will go down again. But a lot of them are having to raise the price because the base yarn itself has just gone up in price. So I think we're unfortunately finally catching up in the US where a lot of our yarn prices are starting to meet like the Canadian prices. Some of our European brothers and sisters who knit and crochet are also have seen hikes in 2019 and 2020. So I think we're finally starting to see some of that price increasing occur here as well now in the States. So unfortunately, it's one of those that is what it is, but I am not unhappy to have paid $32 for this and gotten a pattern because that's what my card was for this month. Last month I had 15% off purchase, which is why I may not have, made a purchase on. The notepad will get used. I use things like that all the time just to kind of jot down what I need to do. I use a lot of them for weekly reminders. The sticker will go somewhere. I don't do a whole lot of stickering. I could start putting them on like my cups and stuff. And the stitch marker is just precious. I mean, that's, and particularly in the Southeast, I'll be honest. I mean, it's a little bit of nostalgia. I mean, almost all of us grew up in the summertime having rocket pops or like the Flintstone push pops down here. Citrus was the goal to stay hydrated, and it wasn't ice cream. Our parents could pretend in the 80s and 90s that those were healthy. So yeah, I like the nostalgia throwback of the rocket pop. I absolutely love the yarn this month. I mean, just look at, I guess I didn't give you guys a real close up of it this month because I'm just like, no, it's mine. You can't have it. You can't even look at it. But I mean, you have this beautiful depth in the dark blues. It almost reads black, and then it kind of pillows out, and then you have that beautiful, there's a sky blue in here. There's no white. It's all blues. And then you've got that beautiful aqua. So, I mean, it is a stunning blue color. I cannot wait to see how this works up. I want to get my fingers into it. Because I don't have the pattern picked out. I know I'm not reading quite as excited as I was last month. Last month, I was immediately like, I've got the pattern. I'm ready to go. We're going to sit down and rock this out. I don't have the pattern picked yet. So I'm still in thinking mode with it. But I don't know. This one has just made me feel overall so far excited and rejuvenated about working on things out of the subscription box. I've had quite a few duds recently where I just don't feel inspired to work with it. I'm not, even though the price point's fine, it just feels kind of a little flat, lackluster, not particularly interesting. I do know one of the companies that I had reviewed that I was very frustrated with does seem to be, I don't think actually taking my advice, but they appear to realize that people were getting frustrated and are doing a little bit better. But this one has just made me feel invigorated. I want to work with it. I want to find just the right pattern for it. I want to sit down and tuck in with, this time of year, some iced chamomile, lavender lemonade tea, and just craft, enjoy myself, make it an event, put on a good movie. I am planning on watching the first of the Fear Street movies on Netflix here shortly. So another nostalgia throwback for me, my childhood, my R.L. Stein books. But yeah, I just have this, it's not quite that hygge cozy thing, but it's been pleasurable so far. So I'm trying to not let the fact that this has been refreshing and invigorating for me override a fair review. Working with this yarn was a dream. The colors were amazing. It was everything I expected it to be. I think this month is going to be about the same. So I don't want my excitement, just because this is something juicy and different, to override, the non-bias aspect of the pricing. This is not a cheap box. This is not an inexpensive box. This isn't really even a discount box. You're paying for a hank of yarn. She charges $30 for a hank of yarn. You're paying $32.99 a month, or at least that's what my cost is for the single skein. You're paying that. You're buying a hank of yarn. Everything else just kind of comes in as a little bit extra, but you're breaking even on that yarn cost every month. So it is a little bit more expensive. It is higher end. It's not luxe, but it is high end. So we have to take those as two separate things. Where do you want to put your money, and what is going to make you feel creative and wanting to dive in and create versus feeling stagnated and not getting value out of it. So for me, the $30 is a perfectly fine price. I don't mind paying it for the hand-dyed yarn. I think it's becoming the reasonable price. So I'm going to enjoy it and I'm going to have fun with it and see what speaks to me to make this this time around. I'm not going to blend this. I did actually think there are a couple yarns I have that would be really pretty blended with this one, but I did go ahead and make the decision I'm not going to do a larger project and blend these into another sock project or sock weight project. I am going to keep these solo on their own. So anyway, you guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see what you guys have to say down below. I know a couple of you guys are also getting the subscription box. So I want to know what you guys think. What's your experience when you open the box? Did you feel excited, disappointed, invigorated, confused? What were your feelings when you opened the box? Because I think I've made it clear what my feelings were on it. So I will see you guys real soon. Bye, guys.